list. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, my mistake. Okay. So in when you're coding, sometimes you can see this, you can see all these options here, right? You're seeing this,
Yeah.
right? They
Yeah.
are, this is a list. You know how it is when you want to create a list, you're writing one thing after the other. You
Yeah.
can hold on. You can come out and say, okay, if I want to write a list, I can do like this. Hold on. It's very normal for you to say, okay, I want to write a list of animals. Okay. Some people might want to do animals. Okay, some people want to do a cat. A cat, copy, a dog, a dog. Mm. Give me one more animal, please. Huh?
Kangaroo.
Okay. Where's the tiger? Okay. So one might decide that, okay, I want to write it like this. Okay. If you run this code, I mean, you would still get it. But do you see how it's appearing?
Yeah.
Because the thing about the p elements is that it's a block element, so it means that first of all, every other, if you open a p element, it starts on a different line, and it has an imaginary margin around it. You can see the spacing around it, right? Even
Yeah.
h1s and h2s have spacing around it, imaginary, even though you did not put any spacing, but because these are elements, this is how they are. You understand? But if you compare it to this is a list of things you use to drink coffee. This is another list. The difference is that this one is using bullet points and this one is using 1, 2, 3. So this is the logical way and the best way to write a list. Because if, like I said again, you might need to have a list in your website. Look at W3 School. This is a list here. They had a list of website. Sorry, Jason, please let me get water. Let me, because my
Okay.
throat is really dry. Just give me 5 seconds.
Jason, how you doing?
I'm fine.
All right. Yeah, enjoying your class, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you eventually do the homework I sent to you? I know you
Yeah,
said you didn't have your phone, but did you try it?
I did it.
Eh?
But yes.
Oh, have you shared it with Mrs. Toha?
Yeah, but I told the him that I don't know how I
You can
couldn't
still hear
see
me,
the
right?
screen on the computer.
You did not what?
It was not letting me screen record, but she seen the grid, but it was not letting me screen record, so I couldn't record it.
Oh, okay. You couldn't screen record. What
Yeah.
type of system are you using? Is it a Mac?
No, it's just Lenovo.
Lenovo. Right now,
Yeah.
have you tried? So let's try to do a screen record. Do you know how to? Let's give it a try, even while we are in class right now. You know,
Okay.
screen record is your Windows.
Yeah.
Um, I think I sent you the instruction,
Yeah. It's Windows Alt plus R and key.
and it didn't work. You
Yeah.
do it
Okay.
simultaneously.
Let me show you what it shows up on my screen.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So when I press it, Um, um, this is what comes up.
Okay, so read it. Read that at the base. I can't see it very well because it's small, but read what is there.
Okay, we've added HDR and accessibility settings. Turn system HDR on or off, or use the shortcut Windows logo. Key Alt plus V. On
Oh,
Windows
I can't,
11,
I'm not seeing that. Oh, I can't see that much. What I can see is at the base of this screen here, something
yeah,
like where you want to open, right?
yeah,
Is that what you are
yeah.
reading?
No, I'm reading like what I pressed, what you told me to press, but it's not coming up as a screen recording.
Yeah. So I think he's trying to let you know where to save it. If I
Yeah,
can see it, so wait, type the name of the program.
okay.
Attachment. Da, 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 da. Okay. We'll find another way. You can also Google how to do screen record on Lenovo.
Yeah,
Maybe Lenovo is not the.
yeah, I did. That's what my dad told me to do.
Okay, so did you find a rest? Did you find anything? It's still the same
Um,
thing.
yeah, it was still the same.
All right. Okay, I'm
Or
sure we have to
can I just record it on my phone? Oh,
on your phone.
yeah.
Will you be able to do the process well enough on your phone? Because what we
Yeah,
want to
but
do
I think the quality will be bad.
is recording right now.
No,
Okay,
no,
no
it's
problem.
not.
Let me not disturb your class. We'll come back to screen record later. It's on her over to you.
Okay, ma. All right, ma. So I'm going to share my screen again. Hold on. Okay, Jason, you can stop sharing.
Okay. Yeah, I have.
Okay. Are you still sharing? Okay, it's me. Okay, so I was saying that it is not ideal to try to list something like this. Look at this right now. Imagine if I go to W3 school here, this section is a list. It was created like this. You can see it. They just remove the bullet points, and I will show you how to do that. But first of all, let's figure out how to create a list first. So there are two types of lists. You have the ordered list and the unordered list. So we're going to do it unordered list first. So when you say unordered list, it just means that it's a list with bullet points, because sometimes you can list things as number one, number two, number three. That's an ordered list. It has an order. Number one is this, number two is this. And on ordered list does not have order at all. So anyone can come anywhere. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And so the element for an ordered list is UL. You can see it here. Let's go to this. Yeah. So it's very simple, really. This is it. Okay. So you open a UL. Now the thing with list is that they always have children elements. These are the children elements. The children element is where you actually write what you're listing. So you first have to open the parent elements or the container for the list, because when you open when you open this like this UL, you are telling the browser that okay, I want to put this in a list. Don't list it like a paragraph, list it like a list. It's like a container for the list. So the browser knows not to put any extra margin around it. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So the browser, hold on, my earphones are falling. So the browser knows not to put any unnecessary margins or space around it. Yeah. So you open a UL, then you start listing what you want. The child element, you open an L1, you write what you want to write, and then you close the L1. So because it's an on order list, this is going to be bullet point one. All right. You open another, if you have to list another thing, you open the li again, you put whatever you want to list, and then you close it. You By the time you are done listing everything, you have to close your parents tag, because you opened it here, so you must close it here. Does this make sense to you?
Yeah.
Does it make sense to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you run this code, this is what you have. Okay. So when we go to navigations proper, I'll show you how to remove either the numbers or the bullets or whatever you might have used here. Okay. But as long as you understand this, that's the most important thing. Okay. Any
Okay.
questions?
No.
All right. So we're going to move to ordered lists. And it's pretty much the same. The only difference between ordered list and unordered list is that unordered list uses UL, ordered list uses OL, like this. That's the only difference. Here is OL for ordered list. It stands for ordered list. While unordered uses, sorry, yeah, unordered uses UL. So it's pretty straightforward. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see what it says here. They also have something called description list.
Okay.
Description list. A description list is a list of terms with description of each term. Okay, very simple. Let me use this example. Okay, so now this is a description list DL. You can see it has a parents element that is DL. Okay, description data, description. Hold on, let me see if they give us a meaning. Okay, it defines a term, and the other one describes it. Okay. Okay. So for description lists, there's a high probability you probably won't use this, but it's important that you know what it is. Okay, so you have the DL parent element. So now this is what you're trying to describe. You're trying to describe the coffee. This is the term you're trying to describe. So that term is inside an element called DT. That's the term
Okay.
you're trying to describe. Now the description itself will be inside element called DD here. Do you get?
Yeah.
Why can't I hear you? Why can't I hear you? Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to let me say it again. Let me explain what I said again. For description list, its own parent element is a DL. Ordered list is OL. Unordered list is UL. It's basically just the first letter of the
Okay.
word itself. Yeah. Description list, see it here, DL. Ordered list would be, this is ordered list, OL. Ordered list, see here. The same thing goes for UL on ordered list. Okay. Yes. So the first thing you want to do when you're trying to describe something, what is the thing you're trying to describe? You put it in an element called DT, and then you put the description itself. Coffee is a black hot drink. You put it in D. So if you run this code, this is what you have. You can see the coffee, you can see the milk.
Yeah.
You won't be able to do this with a paragraph at all. So that's why it has to be a list.
Okay.
All right. Any
Yeah.
questions?
No.
Okay. Are there other type of lists? Okay, we've done it. We've done the description list. Okay. All right. So we're going to go to navigation bar, and this is a navigation bar here. You know what a navigation bar is? You've explained it to me before, right? You know what a navigation bar is.
Yeah.
What is a navigation bar?
Um, for your navigation bar is to like tell you where things are. Like for example, like in like if you have a website and there's something specific you're looking for, you can press like the
Mm-hmm.
heading and it can take you there.
Exactly. So navigation, just like the name implies, it leads you to a certain page or a certain information. For instance, this this here leads to JavaScript. This navigation here leads to SQL. This leads to CSS. So that's navigation bar. So the thing about navigation bar is that it's just a list of links. These are all links. Everything here is a link. Do you understand? They are linking somewhere. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they are just a list. Okay. Because remember, I told you that we are going to turn your website into this. Where is it? No, that's not it. That's definitely not it. Yeah. We're going to turn your current page into this.
Okay.
Okay. So we have actually got this covered with your button. So now we're working on the navigation bar. This is the navigation bar we're going to build. And after
Okay.
that, we're going to learn how to create forms. Okay. If I say form,
Yeah.
this is what a form looks like. Maybe that would be your second page. You create a contact page form. This is what a form looks like, where you can put your emails and send message. So we're going to create this next.
Okay.
All right. So back to navigation. So with navigation, there are two types of navigations. You have the vertical. This right here, this is also a navigation because you can see it links to different places. This links to forms. This links to website layout. This leads to advanced CSS, just like this one. So these are called vertical navigation bars, while these are called horizontal bars. You get?
Yeah.
So how many types of navigation bars do we have?
Two. Is it two?
Exactly. So we are going to start. Let's start with vertical navigation bars. Like I said, navigation bar is a list of links. All right.
Yeah.
So let's go into it. Do I have a? I'm looking for a set of example. Okay, let me go here. Bar is also called a nav bar. Okay, we should do it. Okay, I think we should use this one. Let me use this. No, I don't like this one. Let's use this one. Okay. So this is a vertical navigation bar. So remember when I said that a nav bar is just a list of links. You can see it's an unordered list. They opened an unordered list. Now you can see the L1. So now the difference is that let me remove this so that you see. Let me remove this. Okay, so now this is how, if you're going to list something, this is how it will look like, right? Then you just put
Yeah.
whatever you want to list, maybe a cow, a chicken, or whatever. You just list it like this, right? Now, because we are creating a navbar, what you're going to put inside will be a link. All right. So you're going
Okay.
to open your link. You're going to open a bracket for your link. A href. Okay, let me do it in a way you understand. So now this is the L1. You come here, you open your two brackets for your ref, for your links rather. So your link will be inside this bracket. This is the parent, this is the parent, the opening tag for the child element, and this is the closing tag for L1. So this one in the middle is going to be for the link, right? So you know how
Yeah.
to write a link. A element href is equal to, so because this is not a real link that I'm trying to build, I'm just going to put this this hashtag sign. Href is equal to this, and then obviously when it comes to writing a link, you're supposed to have what will show in the browser, and then you close the link bar. So what is going to show in the browser this time will be home, because we're going to have home, news, contacts, and about links. So we're going to the home page like this. All right. And of course, you have to close this a link here. You have to close it. So I'm going to close it like this. Sorry. See, for you to understand better, let me do this. This is an L1, right? That's how you write a link. So you know that this is a link, right? You understand this piece of code, right?
Yeah.
It's a link, right? That has a class called active. So you're just basically copying. Let me copy this and just put it inside the li. That's all. That's basically what you have to do. So it's a list of links. Sorry. So it's a list of links. Every other thing here under is a list of links.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See L1 H, so everything, and because like I said, they are not linking anywhere now. We're just using dummy links with all these hashtags. All right. So this is your first step to creating a navbar. I run this. All right. Let me run it without the styling. Hmm. So if I run this without the styling, see, it's just giving me a list of links. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. So this is what it gives. Now, how do you change this from this list of links you are seeing here to this, where is it? To this, which is almost like what is here. Do you see the similarities between here and here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. So let's continue. So the first thing you want to do, there are background noises that are just like in my ear. They're distracting me. Oh no, this is not what I'm looking for. Let me do it again. Um, okay, this is it. So I want to be doing this one by one so that you see the effects that each change is having. So the first thing you want to do, you want to remove this the you want to remove these bullet points here. Hello?
I'll just mute my mic. Oh yeah, hello, I'm still here.
Should I go on?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So the first thing you want to do is to remove these bullet points, because obviously if you check the original, see there are no bullet points there. So that's the first thing you want to do. You want to remove the bullet points. And so how do you do that? CSS. Um, Sorry, I keep doing the wrong. Hold on. Okay, this is it. And this is okay. Now I see the mistake. All right, we should be fine now. Okay. So this is the styling for removing the bullet points. Let me just copy it. So you're going to select the UL, which is the unordered list. All right. You're going to select it, and then you go to your styles or your CSS for you to be your CSS file. Okay. So the first thing you want to do, you want to tell the browser list type you want it to be known, list style type. Okay. I mean, the browser can see that it is a bullet point that is at the side here. So you are going to, that's at the side here. So you're going to tell the browser that, okay, I don't want it to be anything. I want the list type to be none. And it will be like this. Oh, let me run it. Let me run it so you see. So if I run it, you see? Can you see?
Yeah, yeah.
The bullet point, they've gone. All right. So, like it or not, just like any other elements, H1, H2, paragraphs, they always have margins around it. I showed you in that example when I tried to use paragraph to list, they always have margins around it. So it is better you remove those margins, otherwise they will make styling very difficult for you. You might not see the margin and the padding, doesn't mean they are not there, they are there. So the first thing you want to do, and think of it as a rule, it's like a rule. When you are creating a navigation bar, you must remove the margin and the padding from the UL, like we've done here. All right. Now this width 200 is what makes it this length, this short length you're seeing. If I say, okay, let's make this 800. If I make this 800 and I run it, see, it's longer. Oh, sorry, it's longer. You see how long it is? So it's a preference thing. How short do you want it, or how long do you want it? Let me see, 500. 500 is still too long. Let me see, 300. Okay, so I think I'll leave it at 300, like this. Okay, and so the background color is this color you're seeing here. If I remove this color and I make it, give me a color.
A color,
Yeah, give me a color.
um, black.
If we use black, will black work? I mean,
But
black might not look nice, but
is it for the lines?
yeah, this line's here. But let's try. You see,
Oh, okay,
like I
okay.
said, it won't look nice. Yeah. So if I use
Maybe like
gray,
just white, white.
white, right? No, the background default is white. If I if I don't put any background styling, the default is white automatically. But what maybe you want to, in our case here now, we're going to use let me use gray.
Do
This
you
is how
want
it
the
looks. But I
lines?
want to use the color that was there. What?
Well, you know the lines under like home, news, and club. Do you want it to show?
These lines. No, we're getting
Yeah.
there now. It's one by one. Do you understand? Of course, you're going to remove the lines. You can even change the color of the link from blue to whatever color. I'm just taking it step by step. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said white.
Why what? Hmm? I don't get your question, Jason. Why what?
Never mind, never mind.
No, 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 no. Talk. I just don't understand. Are you asking
Yeah,
why
I
I want
said
to
I
remove it?
said that, so that's why I said white.
Okay, that's why you said white. You were thinking that would remove the underline under it, right?
Yeah.
No, but this is blue now. Even if you do white, it will still show. It's blue. Except you make the color blue. That's when it won't show. Maybe you make it this. It will still even show. Let me see. Blue. See, nothing would even show. Okay. So yeah, let's leave it at this color. So the next thing we want to do is actually remove these lines that you're talking about. Okay. And we do that using something called text decoration. Now, these lines are actually decoration. Okay. They are telling the text. This is text decoration on the line. That's what's happening here, and it's the default setting for links. All links just have a default underline setting. Okay, so this can easily be removed, and to remove it, you're going to select the L1A element. Now, because the link is nested inside the UL element, you can see this is the L1. It is the link is nested inside the L1, and the L1 is inside the UL. Do you understand? So it's a nested element. Hold on, let me go and plug this in. Just hold on. So because it's a nested element, you can't just pick your A element and then um you can't just pick your A element and try to remove it like that. It would still work, but the reason why it will work is because it's not even a website we're building. It's just something that we're using for example, yeah. So it is better to select the nested. As you can see in this case, we're going to select L and we're going to select I. Okay. Trying to find my charger. Okay, I found my charger. So hold on. Jason, please hold on. I'm trying to set up this thing so it doesn't die when we're doing the class. So far, so good. Do you have any questions? Jason,
Yeah.
I said so far, so good. Do you have anything
Yeah,
confused?
yeah. Yeah, I know.
Huh? So sorry. I come and stop. Ah, don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die. See, I know it's your house. Can you possibly just 30 minutes, please? I'm very sorry. Okay, so it's plugged in now. So Jessica, can you hear me? So sorry.
Yes, yeah.
Oh God, it's still locked. I plugged it now. Hi. Jason, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Three. Laptop still went off. No, let me go back to share my screen. I don't know if live stream. I think it's still on. Oh, it's still on. Okay, good. So we're in the process of removing the underline thingy, right? And I was
Yeah.
explaining how you shouldn't just select. I mean, you can select at the end of the day, it is the links that is causing the underline feature, the links. And of course, you can just select the A elements and say text decoration none. But it is better to select the nested elements as well. It is inside the L1, so it's better to select. It's just good practice. See it as another rule. When it comes to coding, you're going to be seeing a lot of rules like you don't know why they are like that, but it is what it is, and you just have to follow it. The pioneers or the creators of coding language made it that way. Okay, so the second, we've done the first styling. So the second styling, we're going to select the L1 and the A elements like that. So this is how you select two elements together. Okay, when you select two elements together, you're literally telling the browser that you're talking to this the A elements that is inside this element. Because sometimes you might have imagine you might have another link. Of course, on your page there is another link, right? This is not the only link that is going to be there. So if you select only the A element, it's going to affect the current link on your page. So it's better to just let the browser know that I am actually talking about the links inside the L1 element. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. And so the first thing we're going to do is to say display block. In my opinion, this is not really necessary to say display block, but for some reason, they want it done like that. See it as another rule. Okay. Displaying the link as block elements makes the whole link area clickable, not just the text. Okay, that is why. That is why. This is why we say display block. Displaying the link as block elements makes the whole link area clickable, not just the text itself. That means I can come to this area here and click and to still take me to home. I can come down and click, it will still take me there. And so you don't only have to stay on the text itself. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go back. So the color, this is color, what color is this? Let's make it black. Let's change the color of the text to black because right now it is blue. So we're going to change this to black. Okay. We're also going to give it a padding of, I really, you know what? Let's leave this first. Let me take this out. Then we'll know what the padding does. So if I run this, I mean, right now, if I click here, it's not, it's when I click here to take me. Okay. So if I run this now, okay. So as you can see, we've gotten rid of the underline feature. Okay. So remember, before I kept the block thingy.
Yeah.
Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to show you something because it's important you understand why every feature is being used the way it's being used. So before the block, look at how it is now. You see my cursor. My cursor is even here. That means if I click like this, it will still take me to the home page. The reason why it's not taking you anywhere is because we didn't put any link. Normally, this would, let's assume we wanted to link here to YouTube. We would have kept the address for YouTube here, but it's a dummy link, so it's not leading anywhere. Sorry. So when I didn't have that block thingy there, without the block elements styling, if I come here, you see it doesn't appear like a link. The entire area is not clickable. The only place that is clickable is the text itself. Do you get? So that's why we use sorry. That's why we use the display block and all of that. So what I want to see is what the padding does. Okay, so now we have given it a padding of 8px and 6px. That means there is 8px on top here, and then there is 16px at the sides. Okay. If
Okay.
you for a navigation like this, you might not need to put a padding because there's literally no space there. But you can see this one here. There's a space here. So of course you put a padding around it. When we get to horizontal navigation bar, you will see that. So this is the padding. All right. So what is next now? If I come to the original, what is next is okay. When we are hovering around it, you should have a background color. When we're hovering around it, so we're going to use a pseudo selector for that. You know what a pseudo selector is?
Yeah, okay.
I will show you. So this hover, it's a pseudo selector. Okay. So what you want to do, just like the way you selected it here to style it, you also select it here and you tell the browser that when the mouse is hovering, that's why this hover is here. So now the browser knows that okay, when when the mouse is hovered around this element, it will apply this. It will apply a background color of this and it will change the text to white. Let's make this a background color of black, like when you hover around it, let's turn it black so that you understand more. And then the text will be white because if you hover a black, remember this is the original. You see it. If I hover a black, I want to change. This is like gray right now. If I make this black and the text is still black, you won't be able to see it. So it's better if the text is white. If they are both black, you won't be able to see it. So that's why we have a background color of black and then we have a text of white. So now if I run this, you see it. So do you get that now, Jason?
Yeah.
Any questions?
No.
Okay. So what's the next thing that they did here? So if you notice this particular the first link just has like a steady, is constant, a steady background color. And that's because it's very easy to do if you want to do it. You can see that they gave it a class here. They gave it a class here. They gave it a class of active so that they can easily pick out only this one to style. They want to pick out only this one to apply a background color to. That's why they give it a class like this. And so what you want to do is that you want to select it. It's also you also select the class just like you selected the Hoover pseudo selector like this. The difference is that pseudo selectors have double, they have colon. You can see this is a colon, but classes will have just full stop. Do you get? Just like in CSS2, when you're trying to style a class, you use full stop, right? Full stop, then the class name, right? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. And so let's go and apply this styling. This 04AA whatever is the green color you're seeing here. But like I said, for your level, don't try to use numbers as colors yet. The more you learn, the
Okay.
more that happens. Yeah. So I can decide to, okay. You can decide that you want to leave the color as black if you want to. Yeah, they made it white. But if you want it to still be, because the others are black, and even if I put a black text here, it will still show. So that is a preference. That's if you want. So basically, this is a vertical navigation bar. Any questions?
No.
No questions, right? So let's go to horizontal navigation bar. Okay. All right. So please, can you mute because the sound in your background
Okay. Okay.
is distracting. So let's go to horizontal bar. So it's pretty much the same process, just that few things are different. Mm, Sorry, hold on. Like I'm thinking of giving you a class work. Okay. So the horizontal navigation bar is pretty much the same process. Sorry, the page is still loading. Okay. Mm, oh, there is so much here. Okay, let's take it one by one. Mm, Let's use this one. Oh, let's use this. Okay. No, this does not have. Okay, this does not have an active link. I want the active link. Is that like? Oh, okay, yeah, this has an active link in it. All right, fine. So, like I said, this is pretty much like the vertical, just a few changes. So it's still a list of links. Let me remove the stylings and then we'll start styling together one by one. So if you run it, it's just a list of links like this with bullet points. Great. So of course you want to do your UL, you want to remove the style type, you want to remove the additional padding and everything. Sorry. So I know that we talked about this in when we're doing vertical navigation bar. Okay. Okay, so there is this overflow hidden. Let me see what that feature is for. Because if I remember correctly, is maybe you have um a long list of links and then you don't want them to, you know, where is it? Hold on. My internet is a bit slow. Um, what's it called? Overflow property in CSS. Let's understand what the overflow property is for. Mm, okay, let's see the explain here. Okay, so the overflow property specifies what should happen if the content overflows an element box. Okay, okay. So just like W3 school that has a long, that has, I mean, this is W3 school. Why is my internet acting up? So this is W3 school. You can see they have a long list of links. It's really, really long. Like this. So this, there's an overflow whatever here that makes it, you can scroll like this. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm still listening.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, this is where I opened it. So you can see here, this is overflow scroll. When that happens, this is how your content will appear, like this. This is, I don't know why it's not scrolling. I don't know why it's not scrolling. My system is the reason why it's not scrolling. But this is what an overflow scroll will look like. Overflow hidden. Okay. So I think overflow hidden means that you would not see the remaining there. It will just appear. This is the only thing that will appear. Do you get? For scroll, you can still see the remaining. If you scroll up, you will see. But for hidden, it just stays there. You don't see any other thing. For auto, what does auto do? Auto is almost the same as scrolling, in my opinion. Visible default. This is the opposite of, okay. But you get the gist of everything, Sha.
Yeah,
You get the gist, yeah. So there is overflow, and then there is a background color. The background color is this black here. This hash 333 is actually the color code for black. Is the color code for the black you're seeing there. So this one, our overflow is hidden. Although I don't even think we need it because how many? This is just about 4 links. So, but if I run this code now, okay. So this is the code. This is what you get when you run it. The style, the bullet points is no longer at the side. We've removed the margin and the padding. The overflow is hidden and it has a color. So the next thing we want to do is to actually change the color of the text of the link because it's still blue. All right, it's still blue. So this is how we do it, just like we did when we're doing vertical. It's exactly as we did when we did vertical, but I will show you the minor changes there. All right, so we display the block so that every area will be clickable. We're going to turn the color text to white. We'll make sure it's text aligned center because they have to, it's a horizontal navbar. So the text have to be in the center naturally. Let me see, did they explain the reason why they use the center? Okay. They did not specify why they use center. Okay. but it's pretty much self-explanatory. It needs to be center. So if I run this now, so you can see that we have made it block. It's still looking like a vertical um it's looking like a vertical nav bar. It's just that this one now is now in the center. All right, we've changed it to white. We put a padding and we remove the text decoration. Fine. So now what makes it a horizontal is something we call float. When you float the LI like this. So when you float it, this is what happens. So you tell the browser to float the L1 to the left. You see? It's on the left, it's on this side. Do you see the difference? If I float it to the right, because the one on the page we're trying to recreate is on the right, not on the left. See, it goes to the left. Do you understand this?
Yeah.
Any questions?
No.
Okay.
Wait, so
So,
on my profile, which one am I using?
what did you say?
On my profile, which one am I using?
Your profile is going to be like this. Let me show you a sample again. Your profile is going to be like this.
Okay.
You see, you can see it. You're going to float your own to the right. It's at the right. It's going to, and so because it's on, just know that when you are creating your navigation link, it is going to be on top of all your code. So you're going to have to do it before your H1, because this, if you check my code, this is it is before my H1. After the navigation, then the H1. So do it on top of the H1, not after when you're doing it. Okay. Okay. So float usually gets the elements to float next to each other, just like we saw it there. To get it to make it stand next to each other. Let's float this to the left so that you can see what I'm doing. All right, fine. So you understand it up to this point. Now, this same active is just like when we did it for the vertical navigation. It's just like when they just gave it a class. See, it has an active class, and then they selected the active class and they said, "Oh, make it make it green or make it this color." See, just selected the active class and they said, "Make it green." That number you're seeing is for the color green. So that's basically what is there. Do you see how simple it is? For the navigation that you're going to do, for the navigation you are going to do, you are not going to need a background color like this. You're not going to need it. You're not going to need this. All right. Oh, we have to make this text black. And so because you are not going to need it, your text has to be black. Because if it's white, you can't see anything. So this is your homework I'm trying to give you. I'm trying to show you. So we're going to make this black. All right, it's black. And you're not going to need the active thing because there is no active thing. There's no active background on that website. So you can delete this. You don't need it. So this is literally what you're going to do for your navigation, just like this. And of course, you're going to float your own. You can decide that you want to float it to the left and leave it at the left like this. All right. You can decide to float it to the right. That's entirely up to you and what you want. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Any questions?
No.
Hmm? Ask a question if you have a question. Ask your questions if you have questions. Are you there?
Yeah.
I said, ask your questions if you have any questions.
Oh no, I said I didn't have any questions.
Okay, no problem. So there are some other types of navigation, but let's just run through it. Let's run through it. This is called the top navigation bar. So today you've learned three things. You've learned how to create lists, and you are learning how you've learned how to create different type of lists, and then navigation bar. So this is a navigation bar that sticks to the top. Like if I go to the one, this is what I want us to build. Let me look for the one I want us to build. This is the one I want us to build. Notice that if I scroll down, the navigation bar disappears. Okay, but a fixed navigation bar, if you scroll down like this, you will still see it.
Okay.
Okay, so for
Yeah.
that, it's very easy. All you need to do is to just add this to your code, this position fixed. Okay, so that tells the browser to, you know what, just leave it like that, regardless of what's happening in the website. It's fixed. Do you
Okay.
get?
Yeah.
So that is how it is. There's also another one called um, fixed bottom. Let me see. Or let us see rather. Okay, so this is a fixed. Let me hide this. This is covering what I want to show you. All right, you can see this navigation is fixed to the bottom. If you want to do that, some people do that for reasons I do not know. It's not even showing here. It's not even, this is not even visible because it's not, but just know it for knowing sake.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is what gets it at the bottom. The position is fixed and you want it to be at the bottom. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, there is something called, I really don't see the difference between a sticky nav bar and then a top nav bar. I really don't see the difference, but you can see anywhere you scroll to, the navigation bar still stands. And this time it's just that they use position stick. Jason, can you mute the background noise from your side? I wonder how you can hear me. Okay. So you just kept this here. So for your level, I mean, it's okay to know that there is something called position, sticky position when you want to. It's good to know that there is something like that. Okay. But like I said, this is what you'll be building. No, this is not what you're building. This will be your assignment. Hold on. Let me show you your assignment. This is going to be your assignment on your page. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So you're going to do one classwork for me. This is your homework, but for your classwork, you're going to help me. What's it called? You're going to design a vertical navigation bar. Okay. So do that, and that will be your homework for like 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that will be 15 minutes from now. That'll be let's just say for like 12:40 to 1. Let's just say 12:40. I'll give you 15 minutes to do that. So try it at the bottom of your code in HTML.
Okay.
If you're having any issues, please let me know.
So I should make a black navigation bar.
A what?
A black navigation bar.
Not a black navigation bar, a vertical navigation bar.
Oh,
I've
okay,
told you,
okay.
yeah. This horizontal is your homework. Now, do a when I say a vertical bar, let me go there. something like yeah this. So this is what I want you to do. So when you are done, let me know. I'll call back in 15 minutes to check. So hold on. If you run into problems, let me know so that we can work on it together. Any difficulties so far?
No.
Okay.
So you know for the paddings, which number should I use?
Sorry, I had to unmute. So you can just use the same as what they used here. Hold on, let me check. Where's that? Can't find it again. Okay. So for the padding, you can use the one like you can see on the screen now, 8 ps and
Okay.
16 ps.
Okay. Did you say to use the one on your screen?
Yeah.
Okay. What should I make the background color?
Is it not your work? Do it now. Why are you asking her? Ask you now. Tell me questions. You said no. Now you should give the work. How is it coming, Jason? Hello? Are you there? Jason,
Yeah, hello,
if you're
hello.
talking, you're
Yeah,
mute. Okay.
my mic is muted.
I'm asking how it's going. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm on the display block.
Okay. You're still working on it.
Yes, yes. Can you scroll up, please?
Here.
Oh, thank you. Because when I press, wait, can you go down? Because I've done all of what's on the top.
Like here.
For the do I need to do the H2 and the H2 part?
No, you don't know. I just need to see the navigation bar.
Okay, but when I saved it, it's not coming up on my web
All right, let
browser.
me see your code. Share your screen.
Okay.
Okay. You have the UL. This is supposed to be in your CSS. That's why it's not showing.
Yeah,
Your
but
UL is
you
supposed to
told
be in
me
your
to put it in
CSS.
my you
This
told me to put it in my
all this
HTML.
you're supposed to know. No, you're no. This is the let me share my screen. The only thing that's supposed to be your HTML is
I've
the
done it.
UL and the LI and all of that, not the styling. Even without telling me, we've been doing this for a while. You should know that the styling should be in your CSS file. You've done it once. Why are you doing it again?
I'm putting it in my
Why did you do it
CSS.
again? That's two. Why are you having two?
Oh, oh.
Hmm? So maybe delete the first one. I don't know. It's not going to show. Why do you have two? So yeah, maybe delete the first one. You are deleting the second one, which I think is the correct one. You're supposed to delete the first one, Jason.
Oh, add the end again. So this one.
Okay, you know what? Delete everything. You know what? Delete everything. You know what you do? Stop sharing your screen. Let me show you. Yeah. Stop sharing your screen. Let me show you. Delete everything. We can call it a day. Delete. You didn't delete everything. You didn't show me that you deleted everything.
I, I did.
Okay, fine. So you can still see my screen, right?
Yeah.
You see this right here, all this right here, should be in your CSS. You know by now, when you're doing anything styling, is in your CSS. Okay? Now, you did not put this in your HTML. How do you expect it to show? You're only putting styling. Styling for what? So you have to make sure that you do this. Okay? Did you hear me?
Yeah.
So this is going to be your assignment. You're going to do a horizontal um, navigation bar like this. This is your HTML and it should be at the beginning of your code. That means it should be immediately after body. What I should be saying should be your UL. And then of course the styling. You can check W3 School for reference in case you forget, or just ask director. I don't know if she sent the link for. Let me see. I don't think she sent it. So or you can ask director for today's class. Yeah, you need the class for today's video because I'm recording this right now. So this
Okay.
is what I want to see on your page by next week, okay?
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to let you go now.
Okay. Bye.
All right then, bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
And please find the you're welcome. And please find the picture. Please put your picture
Okay.
so that the page can look finer.
All
All
right.
right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye. Yeah.
Bye.